Have you tried to search for study opportunities on the internet or online and you found it very difficult or overwhelming? Well, on this video, I'm going to be sharing with you tips on how to navigate this process. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Tariro Rachel Masarawure. I talk about studying abroad, scholarships, gender issues, and sharing my personal experiences. If you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe, like, and set up the notification button. Hello everyone. Thank you so much for passing through my page. If this is your first time here, please subscribe. And for those who have already subscribed, thank you so much. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, and also share this video with others. So to get into today's video, I'm going to be sharing tips around searching for study opportunities or scholarships online. For my Zimbabwean fellows, they'll be saying, oh, online, is it safe? There are a lot of scams. Well, that much I don't know. As long as I'm not paying for it, then I'm safe. Personally, I've done it, and I've been able, I was able to get 3 fully funded scholarships in a space of 3 years. So it's something that you can do as well. So I've been asked on LinkedIn, on Facebook, TikTok, on my WhatsApp, hi Terry, do you mind helping me look for a scholarship? Guys, this question is as equal as, can you help me look for a job? How overwhelming is it? How difficult is it? I couldn't do that, or I can't do that. But what I can only do is to share tips on how you can search for study opportunities on your own. This worked for me. So I'm going to be sharing this based on my personal experiences, not to say this is the standard of how to do it, but based on my personal experiences. So the first way to look for scholarships is your network. Are your networks? Like in this case, I'm your network, right? So I can actually share information about a specific opportunity. That's how I got to know about the Sheffield Scholarship, which I was awarded for the academic year 2022 to 2023. It was through networks. Fine. The second one, which is very, very critical and you should take very, very serious, is Google. I want you to take your phone right now, go on Google and just type, for example, scholarships in public health, and see how much scholarships are going to pop on your screen. That's how I did it. I was interested in pursuing a certain area of study, and I didn't know where to get ideas on opportunities available. What I did is I just took my phone, I went on Google, I typed scholarship in this particular program. Scholarships, like plenty of them, they popped up. So if you do that, it will be now your responsibility to start screening them, checking their eligibility criteria. Do you qualify? If you qualify, then whilst you're doing that search, I encourage people to come up with a Word document or an Excel document. It depends with what you prefer, which you then create some rows and columns where you can put different titles, like the name of the scholarship link, what the scholarship is about, the due date, and also your date, like your due date, also when you want to finish working on that one. So this helps in organizing yourself, because sometimes you open maybe your laptop or your phone and you start seeing so many things, jumping from one thing to another, and then at the end of the day you haven't done anything meaningful. So it helps you to organize yourself. You take the link, you paste in your Word document, you take all the information, you paste in your document, and then when you are settled and ready to start writing, then you can easily refer to the document that you have created. So you go on Google, you see a lot of opportunities that have popped in, you start screening them. You look, do I like this country? Do I like this university? Do I qualify? If you look at the eligibility criteria, do I have the things that they say they want when you're applying? Something like that. So you are helping yourself to organize yourself such that when it's time to start applying, you already have enough detail, enough information on a specific document. This is the first tip. Google. You have all that you need on Google. The second tip on how to search for scholarships online is to visit websites for various scholarship opportunities. I can give an example of a few that I know. There is scholarship positions, scholarships for development, opportunities for Africans, for Zimbabweans, opportunity desk. These are the ones that have come to my memory right now, but I'm saying there are plenty of websites that shares opportunities, scholarship opportunities. So my first scholarship, I went to study at the University of Sussex in the UK in Brighton. I had subscribed to one of the websites, which is Scholarships for Development. So each week I would receive some alerts in my email. So I would always check those scholarships and see if there is anything of interest to me. That's how I got the scholarship that I won at the University of Sussex for the academic year 2019 and 2020. So visit those websites, browse. There are a lot of opportunities that they post nearly every day. And then if you go down that website, there is an option to say subscribe. So if you subscribe, it means they will be sharing scholarship opportunities with you via email. It depends with you whether you want to receive them daily or after 2 days or after a week. They give you those options. So if you are serious about this, don't hesitate to visit those websites and subscribe. Then the third option, the third tip that I can give you is going on university websites. Like, you really know that I want to study at the University of Sheffield. Go on the website for University of Sheffield, and there is a section for scholarships. Go through that section and identify if there are any scholarships for international students that you are eligible for. That also helps. Recently I had a chat with someone, and then I shared these tips with her. She sent me a message and said, "Oh, I'm now in the UK. Just from that conversation, you really helped me." And I asked her, "Oh, which scholarship did you get?" University. She applied for admissions. She went on the university website. She identified the scholarship. She applied, and then that's how she got it. So it's very possible. Universities have got scholarship pages. If you browse them, there are plenty of opportunities. Of course, some they are partial funding, some they are fully funded. It all depends. But then I'm saying this is something that you can look into. However, I've noticed that for most universities, they require you to have applied for a course in that university for you to be eligible for a scholarship. I've also found it very interesting to say some universities, they say if you apply, you're automatically considered for a scholarship. So it's something that you can as well try. Go on Google again, type maybe, let's say for example, UK universities, because you might not know names of universities in a particular country. So you can type universities in Australia or universities in the UK, then the universities pops up. You go for each university website, go to their scholarship page and see what scholarships do they offer. So just to do like a roundup of the tips that I've shared, the first one, have networks. The second one, Google. Use Google. The third one, there are scholarship like websites. The fourth one, university websites. So leverage on these 4 tips to do your search. I'm sure you can come up with something. But whilst you're doing that, there is something that is very, very important and critical, is to identify your area of study interest. What is it that you want to study? What is it that you want to look for? I've been talking to people, and then you ask the person, so what is it that you want to pursue? And then, oh, I want to do public health, but at the same time, I have an interest in climate change. If given an opportunity, I think development studies would do. Already, you are all over the place. So I encourage you to sit down, reflect on yourself, and identify what is of interest to you. Why am I saying this? Whilst you're doing this search, you identify what you want. You are going to write a personal statement or a motivational letter or essays. So if you are interested in so many things, It's going to be really overwhelming to say, oh, today I'm writing about climate change. Oh, I found something in public health. I want to write about public health. Wow, I'm really interested in One Health. You're now writing about One Health. This is going to be really overwhelming. So what I'm then advising you to do is identify one thing of interest that you're going to be writing about. It will help you to narrow down on a specific issue. Like myself, I was very much interested in public health. So for any search that I was doing, it was strictly or purely public health. And I would use the same personal statement or just tweak it a little bit to suit the opportunity that I'm looking for. So this is a tip as well, to say identify your area of study interest and then develop a very good personal statement which you're going to be using to apply for opportunities. I'm going to do a separate video on how to write a convincing or a good personal statement, because this is very important. We are saying for the opportunity that you are applying for, this is what is going to market you. Just a one-page personal statement. So you really need to write a good personal statement. You need to invest your time and resources in coming up with a very good personal statement. Another important thing as well to do is you need to have at least 2 reference letters. Of course, there are some opportunities which asks you to put an email address for your referee, but for others they require you to just upload a reference letter. So you know your references, you reach out to them, and then they give you letters that you can keep with you. Whenever you find something interesting that wants you to upload, then you upload. For those that requires you to put an email address and then the reference request is sent direct to the referee, make sure you've got a good relationship with your referee, that you can call them and ask them to do this for you and stuff. So you need to really establish those relationships for this process to be easy for you. And then the other thing is, some opportunities, they require you to have English proficiency. So you need to also invest in IELTS or any other English test that is accepted in that particular context, country, or opportunity. Once you've got your English proficiency, then you are good to go. But some opportunities may not even ask you for English proficiency, or you may ask your university to write you a letter to confirm that you have been taught in English, so you are proficient in studying in English. It all depends. It's not a one size fit all. So this is not something to worry you about. But as I mentioned before, you look at the requirements of each opportunity and see if you've got what is needed. And then for other opportunities as well, they require you to have your transcript and your degree certificate. Let's say for those who are going for masters. For undergraduate, maybe they might need your advanced level certificate. Make sure you've got all those documents scanned and in place, including your passport as well. Scan your documents, you have them in place. It's like that when you find an opportunity, you already have your things in place. Like I mentioned earlier on, I'm sharing this based on my personal experiences. People have got different strategies to navigate different processes. For me, this is what worked for me. The first scholarship at the University of Sussex, I had subscribed to Scholarships for Development website, and that's how I got to see about the scholarship. My second scholarship, which is the Chevening Scholarship, it was through the networks that I had developed. That's how I got to know that, oh, there is an opportunity like this one. And then for my third scholarship, which is the Erasmus Mundus, funded by the European Union, I just went on Google. I searched. I found it interesting. I remember they had mentioned that they are going to have a webinar to discuss about the opportunity. I then joined that webinar to understand more about the scholarship. That's how I got it. You really need to invest your time and resources in this. I always tell people that when you are looking for a scholarship, it's as good as looking for a job. It's very time consuming, it's very exhausting, and sometimes it's very disheartening, because the number of regrets that you can get in a month, in 6 months, can be really overwhelming. I've shared with people, like, in a period of 6 months, I think I applied for more than 10 things. I got 8 rejections and 2 scholarships at once, and I had to choose which one do I want. So when you're doing this, don't put your eggs in one basket to say, I'm only going to apply for Chevening or for Erasmus Mundus. Apply for as many as you can, so that when the rejections start raining, at least you have this piece that I've applied for plenty, so maybe I'm going to be fortunate to get 1 or 2. For me, I was very fortunate. I ended up getting 2 scholarships at once, and I had to drop 1 and pick 1. So these are my tips, and I'm saying you can as well do it. I'm very, very sure that you can do it. Don't be afraid to navigate at the internet. Don't be afraid to say they are scammers. As long as they are not asking you for money, go for it. And then for universities, like when you're applying for universities, the UK doesn't have application fees. So it doesn't even hurt, or it's not even a burden for you to apply for opportunities in the UK because you're not paying for anything. But then for universities in Australia, Canada, America, I know they require you to have an application fee, which you might not have. So these are my tips, and I believe they're going to help you, and all the best in your search.